Hey everybody, this is Rigoletto, welcoming you to another ClashCast episode. Have you ever what it would be like to be in high school again with Clash of Clans, and you have one of the coolest bases in your school? We're going to be talking to Alex, also goes by the name Road2MaxWalls, and we're going to talk about his adventures on how he has done so good with getting up his walls and all the other stuff that goes on with being in a large 10-clan family. So, stick around. This is happening now.
Oh, yeah!
My castle stands at the end of it all. With strength in numbers, should one of us fall.
Hey, Alex, thanks for coming on the show. Really appreciate the time.
No problem.
So, the reason why I reached out to you for an interview is I saw you on Twitter and you were posting some comments about farming, and I saw your name, Road2MaxWalls. So that instantly grabbed my attention. I'm a personal fan of building walls before defenses, and so I want to talk about that tonight and get a different perspective. So maybe you can help me out with my base, and then you can give me some of your ideas on how you play. Okay?
Okay, sure.
So let's start first with your clan. The clan name that you're in is called Centum Mars. Tell me a little bit about who you guys are.
This clan is primarily a war clan, not so much centered on farming.
Okay.
But I came from Centum Centuri, which had insane farming requirements to get in and stuff, and they were a very hardcore farming clan.
What I'm kind of curious. So, what type of requirements does it take to be in a farming clan?
In a Centum Centuri?
Yeah.
What was it about? It was around 800 mil gold grab and 25% lava walls, level 10s.
Okay. Now, did they just want players with those requirements up front? Did they allow people to work on their bases, or did they help you? How are they set up?
Really, on those requirements, on Town Hall 9s, they were actually a bit stricter, and you would have to have about 50% lava walls. And then on Town Hall 10s, if they were like max defense, all Legos, they would sometimes give them a shot.
Okay, so the reason for this clan is just to have a strength for war, or was it just kind of like for the bragging rights?
It was just a really hardcore farming clan.
Yeah, okay. I've never been in a hardcore farming clan, so I'm trying to figure out if I was there, how would I fit in? So you had a chance to scan my base. I'd probably not even make it through the front door, right?
Probably not.
I was pretty proud when I got to Skull Walls, and
yes,
I was able to do that at Town Hall 8, and I'm now Town Hall 9, and I'm finding it a challenge to not only make the money for the walls, but kind of keep up with the rest of my base. So let's talk about that. So help me out, and maybe the audience will kind of get a feel for some of the advice that you could give. So what do you recommend to anybody out there like myself that's in a brand new Town Hall? I'm in Town Hall 9. What do you suggest?
I would suggest always do camps, CC, and I would focus on upgrading Queen.
The Queen, more than the King?
Yes. Well, at least until they're equal.
Okay, so the Queen sounds like it's a huge part of your farming process and your attack?
Yeah, she's very important.
Okay, well, Queens take a lot of dark elixir, so tell me, from your personal story, how did you get your Queen up? What were some of the things that you did to work on that goal?
Well, honestly, like, I used to be in gold, and that was just a crazy grind, farming that much DE for the Queen. So I decided to move up to Masters and farm Masters 3, Masters 2, and that has really helped upgrade heroes faster.
I totally agree that I know that I need to move up into higher leagues I kind of run into that problem, and I don't know if other people out there listening do too, where you sort of slide back with your trophies, and maybe you don't care if you get attacked or not. You lose cups. It seems like when you're farming, you stick your town hall outside anyways, right?
Yes, my town hall's always outside.
Always.
I can't stand to lose resources because I put my town hall in.
Okay, so the way you're set up is you want to make sure that you keep all your resources. Who cares about the town hall? Just keep it all.
Yeah, I'm more about resources over cups.
Yeah, but don't you find this happen to you, that even though you put your town hall outside, you're going to get attacked for your resources because it's just too tempting for someone to just take it?
It's actually, back when I was in Gold 1, Crystal 3, I noticed that I was being attacked a lot more outright than town hall sniped. But in Masters 3, you also get, like, attacked, like, half the time, and half the time town hall sniped. But ever since I've been in low Masters 2, I've just been getting town hall sniped like 4 out of 5 times.
So as you get higher, it seems like the people that are pushing would rather just take the town hall and not have to worry about wasting troops.
Up until around Masters 1 champs, then if you're offering cups, you're going to get 3-starred.
Okay. I'm really excited to like move up into higher leagues, but at the same time, I don't have max troops. I don't have max defenses. I'm still working on it. Town Hall 9 has totally changed the way I play, and I come from a war clan also, and in LexCorp, your focus is to max out the war troops that you're going to use consistently, and so that's sort of the focus that I have for the clan. But at the same time, you want to work on your clan, you know, when you're on your prep day or you have time to farm. So it's like a bit of a challenge for me.
Yeah, I really understand that, because it's a struggle when you're a new Town Hall 9 with a clan that wars a lot.
Now I'm looking at your base right now. You're almost like, you look like you're probably 80%, maybe 90% done with your lava walls.
55 more to go.
55 Legos to go. That's amazing. So how long did this take you?
Like since I started the game, or been Town Hall 9?
I'll break the question down. So how long did it take you to get the lava walls from all Lego?
So far I've done around 195, and it's taken me about 4 months.
That ain't bad.
No, it's pretty good, I would say.
Yeah, because that's those are 3 million each, right?
Yes, but I've also I haven't had to do them just gold. I've always been able to do them gold and elixir, thanks to the update.
Okay, so since the updates happened, you're using both gold and elixir to get the 3 mil.
Yes.
Does that mean that you're dumping? Is your focus that as soon as you get 3 mil out of one or the other, you just drop it into a wall, or do you have a tactic that you use?
I basically, once my elixir's like 3 mil and 200,000, then I'll drop it on a wall. And then for gold, I search like 5-10 times, and so I just drop it in once it's like a little bit above 3 million.
Okay, so I'm starting to get some questions in my head now. So if you're using elixir on the walls, how do you have the elixir to build your army camps? You obviously got to go up and down with your elixir, so is there like a certain level that you won't go below?
I won't go below like 100,000. Okay,
so always keep 100,000 pink elixir. And what about like dark elixir? Like, do you BAM or Barch?
No, I don't use any DE at all.
No DE, okay.
I found this also harder to defeat better bases with BAM instead of Barch. Just personal for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, BAM it's not super expensive on dark, but if you do it a lot, I've noticed on my base, it'll go down. You know, you're
Yeah,
kind
I'd much rather Barch.
So what do you think of the new Barbarian update? Well, Barbarian and Dragon, but I'm sure you're using Barbs a lot.
Yes, it's actually very helpful. I have not been boosting barracks that much ever since this came out.
No, it's like a natural boost now. I mean, it's like having Barbs constantly boosted. So
Yeah, like I don't even boost archer barracks either.
so so you're doing Barch, but you're obviously going to get a lot more Barbarians than Archers because of the speed of the Barbarian cook time.
Yeah, I had to come up with the composition for it.
Do you use a set? Okay, so do you use a set troop count like in your army army base?
No, I'm too lazy for that. I just do 2 barracks with archers, 1 barrack with barbs, then the last barrack with 20 barbs, rest archers. And so once the and so that you'll always get 95 barbs like that. I just fill the only bar barrack with archers once it starts to run dry because it goes faster than any other one.
Oh, okay. All right, so just plain old Barch has got you all these walls.
Yes.
Man, I'm doing something wrong. It's taking me forever.
I've also done a couple pushes, which have definitely slowed me down on walls.
Okay, so you're kind of all over. You're doing pushing, you're warring, you're farming. What do you like to do in the game? What's your favorite thing?
In the game, I hate low-level farming. That's one thing. Like, I can't stand being gold league. So
I'm embarrassed.
I like being I like being in Masters because it's kind of like a little pushing, a little farming.
Okay, so help me out. You saw my base.
Yeah.
For the audience that doesn't care to look at my base, I'm Town Hall 9, but I have Town Hall 8 defenses, and I probably only have like maybe 15 Lego walls, and the rest are skull. So that's,
Okay.
It makes me kind of sad right now looking at your base, but... So what do you recommend I do? So I'm sitting around gold 2, I think, right now. I've slid down a little. The reason why is because I was using all barbs for the speed, and I was just kind of picking at bases, and as long as I had a net profit on Elixir, I didn't care if I went up or down. That's probably the worst way to play, right?
Actually, in Centum, to permanently join a clan, we have to do these things called trials. And what you just described is one of the trials that we have to do, being able to farm efficiently, not caring win or lose. And that's actually sometimes a good thing.
Oh, so I'm doing it right. Cool.
Yes.
So losing Cubs does not sound like it's the right way to do it, but...
Well, it depends how many you lose and where you are.
All right, so let's just say I do all barbs and win or lose, as long as I'm profiting on Elixir, I guess I'm doing okay, but that's only because of the promotion of the barb speed. I mean, let's just say it ends tomorrow. What do I do? I'm not obviously going to keep using all barbs. That'd be dumb.
Yeah, just switched back to Barch, and I would say Barch is better than barbs just because you can shoot over walls, and a lot of those dead bases in gold have collectors behind walls.
Yeah, that's true. When you do Barch, do you use anything besides the heroes? Do you like bring in wall breakers or heal spells or...
Wall breakers would help, but most of the time I'm just too lazy to
cook them?
Select them every time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I really like wall breakers. They just kind of make life easier.
Yes, they really help.
Okay, so I should get out of gold.
I would say
Go
for
ahead.
you, okay, for you, I would say Crystal 3 would be perfect.
Well, I was in Crystal 1 up until a few weeks ago, and like I just kind of stopped. I stopped caring about pushing the cups. I was trying out a Lava Lunian and Balloonian,
Oh, okay.
and it's awesome. If you want to climb cups really fast, that's the way to do it. But it gets kind of expensive, and it's not really a moneymaker, but it's definitely a way to get up into higher leagues.
Yes, I really love loons.
Okay, so tell me about that. Like, do you mostly loon or do you mostly barch, or what are you doing to maintain masters right now?
I only barch, but when I trophy push, I like to use go wee wipe, and I like to use loons.
You know, I had an interview with a guy named Jakiri, and he told me also about using go wee wee for pushing. So is this more common than I thought it was? Is that a lot of ways to?
I really haven't heard many Town Hall 9s pushing with go wee wee, go wipe, and that's all of that kind of stuff. I've only heard of Town Hall 9s doing it with loons.
Yeah, that's my favorite way. If I can afford to boost my barracks, I love it. I'll put a couple hours in doing that.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the thing too. So your name is Road2MaxWalls in the game. Are walls going to be important as the game moves forward? Because it seems like, you know, there's a air troop now that can do the job more effectively. You know, ever since the Quattro Lava Lunian attack came out, you don't really see, you know, maxed bases really defending by the wall. What's your opinion on walls in general?
Walls, I would say, very important for regular matchmaking. I would say they're more important than for clan war.
They're more important for clan war.
No, the other way around, I would say. Because...
Okay, go ahead. Give me your explanation. I want to hear this.
Alright, I would say walls are more important for regular matchups just because you get attacked with ground, I see, a lot more than air and hogs and that kind of stuff that isn't affected by walls. Like, you get attacked by ground a ton wherever you go, really. But in clan wars, people are finding ways to get around it. Like, 3-starring a max base with Go Wee Wee is incredibly hard just because of all the walls.
Uh-huh.
But now with hogs, which have sort of fallen out of style, but with all these Lava Loon hybrids, they're getting around the walls.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, war is like my favorite subject, and I'm going to be doing a future show, or I'm going to probably put it on maybe one of my blueprint series that I do on SoundCloud, but I want to just talk about pathing in a future show about war.
Yeah, very important.
Yeah, and it's something that you don't learn as an early war player. When you're in Town Hall 7, you know, you're not going to learn pathing with dragons. Town Hall 8, you start to, work on your ground attack. But it's a whole skill to, like, learn how to path your troops, you know, through the walls. And that's basically all that your attack is sort of like funneling. You know, it's like, if you break this wall, your troops will go through here. Almost like the way water flows, you know. You can kind of like change the channels in the water of how things will flow. You can do the same thing with your troops. But, you know, there are rules to be broken. You know, hogs jump over You got air attacks, lava loon goes over walls. Those take their own path. So for me, learning how to be a better war player, I'm constantly thinking about how's my king, how's my queen gonna path, and obviously there's guys that already figured this out. And whenever I have the opportunity, I'll jump on Twitch and I'll watch some of those guys play, and they will talk about how their troops will path before it even happens.
Yeah.
And there's one guy, his name is Timo. What's that? Timo 1999, I think his name is.
Yes. Yeah.
He's really good at explaining what he's doing, and one of the shows, or one of his Twitch shows that he was doing, he was explaining like where his archer was going to go, and he did it seconds before it happened. He was like, "It's going to take out the mortar first," and he started explaining stuff, and I was like, "Whoa, how did this guy know all this?" So I know that there's guys out there that have mastered this, and for me, running a podcast, I don't claim to know everything, but I think that the audience would like to learn all this stuff and have it explained in a format that could be listened to. But what is your take on pathing with walls and with your heroes and stuff? Like, does that matter to you when you play?
As a regular attack or clan war attack?
Give me both.
Pathing doesn't really affect Barch because all I do is just surround the base.
Okay.
So that's kind of like irrelevant for that.
Uh-huh.
But then for a clan war, basically all I do is I just try to get I usually use go we wipe for 3 stars, or go low we wipe, which is go we wipe, but I use back end loons to 3-star bases once all their air defenses are down.
And then use the balloons as cleanup.
Yes.
Okay, I've seen that a lot. That's the what'd you call this? The go low wee wee, right?
Yes, or go low we wipe.
Okay. That seems to be
so
a real popular attack right now too.
Yes, for that kind of stuff, what I like to do is I like to get a lot of wizards and witches going on the outsides, which will path my heroes to the center. And now that I kind of rely on my heroes a lot now that they're but they're high level. I know that I just point them to the center of a base and they're going to get the town hall. At least on a town hall 9.
Yeah, your queen is level 28, and you have a level 25 Barb King. Those are really strong heroes.
Yes.
So okay, so let me get this straight. So in a war attack, you're gonna send witches and whiz to the outside corners, and then you're gonna drop golems in the middle, and then break them in with the heroes?
No, so I'll describe it like I use 3 golems. Okay. 2 golems for the outside.
Okay.
For all the wizards and witches. And then I penetrate the base with a golem, a couple P.E.K.K.A.s, and my heroes.
No wall breakers?
Well, yeah, I use wall breakers, but like the biggest thing I found is you can't let your golems just sit on walls and break them. You have to break them in before you start doing other stuff.
So break the wall before the golem even gets there.
That's what I like to do.
Uh-huh.
I know a lot of high-level players do that, and I know a lot of people also hate to do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's personal preference, I would say, but it makes the attack easier to manage, I would say.
What about jump spells? I mean, do you bring a jump spell in to help out?
Yes, because most bases aren't jump resistant usually, so you can jump the second layer and core defense, like core walls.
What's a jump resistant base?
A base that, so you know how most defenses take up 3 tiles, like from bottom up.
Yeah.
It's a base that has spaces in between the second layer and the core, so that it's not like just tight. Do you get what I'm saying?
Oh, because the ring of the jump spell,
yes.
It's not as wide as the space of the walls.
2 walls.
Oh. Okay.
And so those are pretty tricky.
Does there a name for that kind of base? Is it like an anti-jump base or something?
I looked it up on YouTube a while ago and I couldn't find anything on it, but I've seen a lot of original designs like that in Moors.
So space out your core, or at least what do they call the outer layer outside the core? They call it the ring or the moat.
Like a second layer?
Yeah. So like make that really wide, right? Like widen that part out so that they can't stretch a jump spell to the core.
I would say that's a good thing to have, but I wouldn't have it on all my bases. It's pretty hard to implement.
I'm going to have to look at some bases on YouTube and kind of see what you're talking about. That sounds kind of interesting. I'm telling you, man, everybody's always like figuring out better defenses. You know, as the attacks get stronger, the defenses get stronger too. Okay, so I didn't mean to interrupt you. So you bring the golems in, you break through the wall, you got your witches and whiz on the outside, you put the Barb King and the Archer Queen right behind the golem?
Yes.
Okay.
And a couple P.E.K.K.A.s.
Now, one thing I've heard said before was, and I guess this is the debate of the day, but who do you max first? Do you max your queen first, or do you max your Barb King first? Now, a lot of people focus on the queen because of her high damage, but I heard it explained she'll only keep giving out damage as long as she has her meat shield in front of her.
Yes, definitely.
So the Barb King has to be able to absorb enough damage. That way the queen has more time to take out more defenses.
I would say between the duo, when they're both together, the king is more important.
Okay. Just because he's tanking everything.
Yes. And once he's down, the queen, you basically have to use her ability within 3 seconds.
Or it's over.
Yes.
My Archer Queen's
Yes.
level 3.
I remember that.
She doesn't even have her ability yet. It's kind of sad. She's probably walking around in, like, who knows, in little flip-flops or something. I got to get her up to get some cooler gear. But it's a long grind. How long have you been at Town Hall 9?
About 5.5, 6 months.
Okay. Yeah, I remember that was about 5 months, I think, give or take some change on Town Hall 8. It wasn't until I got to the second half of my Town Hall 8 that I really started focusing on getting my base up, because I was a casual player that kind of learned to appreciate the game a little later. So I had been playing for a long time, but I didn't really care about how my base looked, or we just come up with funny base designs, and you're just having fun. And then Clan Wars came along, and then that kind of changed the way I looked at the game. I was more focused on trying to beat the other guy and not them having beat me. So I got a lot to learn. Yeah, I like all these tips that you're giving me. So you're barching. You've got a strategy down for how much elixir you're going to spend. Give me your daily routine. So, like, how much time do you put into the game? What are your goals? Do you have daily goals? Like, I got to get this much elixir, or I got to, how do you play?
Well, I'm a senior in high school, so balancing Clash with school is kind of a challenge sometimes. So some days I may not even play at all and just collect my collectors that day. And some days I may be able to do 4 walls.
4 walls in a day?
Yes, if loot's good.
Wait, hold on.
And if I have time.
What is that? That's like 12 million?
So 6 million of each.
Oh my god. So you can do 4 walls in a day, the lava walls?
Only if I have a ton of time, which is pretty rare. I usually just try to do 2 walls today.
That's still man, that's still good. Okay, so you're in high school. When the teacher ain't looking, do you sneak a raid in, or like how do you do it?
No, my classes are too hard for me to try to multitask
Okay.
and clash.
All right, that's good. Yeah. Do your homework. It'll get you farther. Okay, so you have high school, you got homework, you got parents, so how many hours do you think you play on average? Like 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours?
A day?
Yeah.
On average. This question is kind of tough because I'm on the high school tennis team, so during the tennis season, if I play 2 hours, I'm doing well. So, but off seasons, I can sometimes put in like 4 hours casual, just keeping myself online.
Okay. With just some casual barch playing and
Yeah, and
keeping your
I may
screen
not
alive.
even. Yeah, I found the best trick is to put a fruit on your screen, and it'll keep you active.
A fruit?
Yes.
Okay. Do you mean like an apple or a banana?
Yeah, like, I found oranges work the best.
Any particular type of orange? How about half a slice? You got to slice it or something before you put it on the screen?
No, I would just put... Sometimes it doesn't work, though, but I usually just put, like, a whole orange. Just put it on the screen.
Okay. I'll have to give that a shot.
It was... I know, I laughed a lot when I heard it, too.
Is there a
when I
nickname
first-
for this? Is it called, like, fruiting or something?
I haven't heard of it, but I learned it from some old member sent them.
I remember seeing an old YouTube video of a guy that built some sort of, like, Lego mechanized finger that would, like, swipe his screen.
Yeah, I've seen that, too.
Yeah.
It looks kind of creepy to me, honestly.
Yeah, it was a lot of work, and in fact, it was funny because I think that was like a prototype, and they ended up trying to sell on eBay like some sort of like screen finger or something like that to keep your screen alive. I don't think it ever.
Yeah,
caught
that's
on.
pretty crazy.
Okay, so it seems like you know what you're doing. I mean, I'm taking your advice to heart. So get out of gold, get back up. It seems like everyone's answer is always just climb. Just get up to where
I would say Crystal 3, low Crystal 3 would be pretty good for you.
Yeah, I mean, here was my thought. My thought was down in gold because Town Hall 8s with that didn't have the skull walls, that they would have to be forced to not spend their elixir on anything, so there'd be more elixir. And at the time, I was hurting for a regular elixir, so I thought, okay, I'll just drop. And then it was not as great as I thought, because then I was kind of scraping around, looking for 100,000 elixir raids.
Yeah.
And then it just started taking too long, and then
Not fun.
Yeah, it was just, let's just say it's been a long week for me. So I'm definitely going to climb back up. I was really proud of myself because I got up to Crystal 1, but it seems like as soon as I hit 2,500, I was just, as soon as I would, if my screen shut off accidentally, I was instantly raided.
Really?
Yeah, I was having a hard time with it.
I guess, like, the more... I have noticed walls have scared... Like, they have a lot of bark, I would say.
Well, yeah, if I had your walls, I don't think anybody would mess with me. And they're all they're all glowing, and there's fire shooting out of them. That's a great achievement that you've done with your base, and to do, 4 walls a day, that's crazy. But
That's pretty rare.
I'm sure though that there's a lot of people out there that can consistently put out 2 to 4 walls a day. I was like that with my skull walls. For some reason, hitting that 500,000 was pretty quick. So
Yeah, just two, 3 raids.
yeah, and I would be able to get another wall in, and with my war loot too, I would be able to dump another 500K into the wall. So I thought that was easy, but now I'm Legos is a whole new level. I gotta hit the 1 million mark, but to hit 3 million, to me,
Yeah, lavas are definitely a big step up.
So you're not looking to get to the inside of the base to get your resources. You're just grabbing out of the storage collectors and then getting your 50%, right?
Well, I don't really go into bases here because the bases are too good, really. So I just take outside stuff, and when loot's bad, I just raid active people just for the loot bonus.
Okay. Yeah, I was looking at the levels on your troops. So you still have Valks at level 1. So do you ever play with Valks, or you don't care for them?
I've used them one time ever.
Okay. I like Valks. I'll tell you why. I sort of play a modified go wipe attack in war, and instead of coming in with 3 P.E.K.K.A.s, I'll only cook 2, and then I'll cook a couple of Valks, and I'll have the Valks. I'll either have them run with the wizards, or I'll send them in behind the P.E.K.K.A.s. Just depends on the base or what I'm feeling at the moment.
Oh, go vape.
Yeah, slightly. It's kind of like Go Vape definitely. Go Vape was with Valks, but it's a little bit modified. I like it because when the wizards start entering into splash damage territory, you can always count on the Valks to survive a lot longer.
You can actually come to my clan and watch my go vape I had to do for the trials if you would want to.
You do what? Trials?
Yeah, I was in Centurai, but I transferred to Mars, and I had to use Go Vape for a trial, and it was a pretty crazy attack.
Oh man, do you have it recorded?
It's like in the clan record, like war record thing.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't even ask you. So, do you guys have like a YouTube channel or Twitter feeds that you guys use to advertise your stuff?
No, I'm like proposing having a Twitter page because we don't have any YouTube channel or any Twitter page or anything.
That's kind of surprising. You said you guys are a family clan of 10 different clans, right?
Well, we're pretty well known on the forums, but that's the only outlet.
You were telling me earlier about some of those players. Who are some of these guys that are really taking the lead with your clans? Who are they?
The leaders or just the very good members?
Yeah, who's your superstars?
My superstar would probably be Dewey, GGG, and Centum Centurai.
Okay, and why is that?
He farmed his queen from level 25 to max in about 3 weeks.
Oh my, how did he do that? Do you know?
He played a ton. Like, he increases heroic heist by 770k in 1 week.
Oh my, okay, I'm gonna have to look at all this stuff.
It was crazy.
What's the name of that clan? I'm gonna search it right now. It's Centurai.
Centurai.
Centuri.
Turae.
AE.
He should be in there.
There's a Centum Anus.
Oh my god.
Is that you guys?
Really?
ANNUS?
Really?
Yeah.
No, that's not us.
Oh. Alright. Alright, so everybody listening, Centum Anus is not part of their family of clans. All right. What did you say his name was?
It's DUYGGG.
DUI. Oh, here he is. Let me check his profile. He's in Masters 3.
Yeah, a lot of the members of Century farm Masters 3, just farming loot bonus like crazy.
Oh yeah, that heroic heist. He's over 7 million.
Yeah, and the thing is that doesn't even count the loot bonus, and that's what they mostly farm there.
So this guy is like an insane, just dark elixir grabber.
A ton of people are in that clan, like Tears, Jobert. Like I can name like 10 people in that clan, all insane farmers.
I don't hang out on the forums, so I don't know much about you guys, but I mean, just looking at some of these stats, I mean, that's pretty incredible.
Yeah, I don't really even go on the forums either. The only time I ever go is to like find the clan.
His friend in need is 182,000.
Wow.
He's a giver.
Mine sucks.
Yeah, I wish I had all mine filled up. I'm still working on mine, but
I have it, but it's just like it's 50K, but it just looks really bad compared to my base.
yeah.
Most people like just assume I don't donate at all.
Yeah. Well, big props to Dewey GG out at Centum Centauri. He has some great achievements, man. That's cool. So, you just moved into this new clan, Centum Mars.
Yes.
How long have you been in this clan?
About 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Okay, and what was the main reason that you moved over?
The game was growing a little stale for me, only farming, and I wanted to have always war and be able to help out lower members of the family.
Yeah. Hey, well, you're always welcome to come and visit LexCorp for a couple of days. We roar right away, so you just
Okay, sure.
find a spot and that's if your clan lets you. Sometimes clans are kind of touchy about people coming and going.
Sentinel's pretty chill.
Yeah, if they let you come over, show us some attacks, and a lot of our guys are moving up the ranks from Town Hall 8 into Town Hall 9. We have a lot of Town Hall 9s now, and the focus right now for us is to farm up the elixir that we need to max our troops. So we're very war oriented, and we want to have the best troops out to attack with. And but we don't farm a lot. We've chosen the path of war rather than going for a lot of resources. As being our goal.
That's how Centum Mars is a little. It's kind of a problem, really.
Well, you're gonna have some time to adjust because we have people that have come into our clan, and it is hard. Sometimes they want to skip on their war attacks, or they don't attack. They don't even attack at all, and we feel bad, but we got to kick them because that's the whole point of our clan is to attack.
So I'm not saying it's not really too much of a problem for me, but what I meant is that they're always warring kind of halts them back a little because they're mostly like low to mid Town Hall 9s, but a lot of them have under upgraded heroes because they always war.
Yeah, and it's hard to take your heroes out of war for those reasons.
And even though here we have them, you can opt out of war whenever you want, as much as you want, because Centum's a primarily farming clan, farming family, but most people just love war here, so they don't want to opt out.
Okay, so war is optional even though it's a war clan.
Yes.
Okay, I get that. So you're not really looking for the win-loss. You're just you want to have that option open so that if you want to work on your attacks, you can.
Yes.
Okay. I guess that would be considered a casual war clan. So.
Well, I wouldn't really consider us casual though because they're very good. Okay.
So one of the things that I wanted to kind of talk to you more about was the trials. I don't think I asked you enough about the trials that you were talking about. Is this something that just Centum does, or is this kind of like something that all top-end clans do? Because I'm not too sure about what trials are.
Well, I know many high-level clans, they'll like give you a trial period of where if you don't attack in a war or something, then they'll kick you.
Mm-hmm.
But in Centum's the only clan I know of that you actually have to do a set of challenges for new members.
Yeah. And so the trials are more based on performance rather than time.
Some things are challenges based on time parameters, but usually that's not too much of a problem.
Okay. You mentioned a couple of the trials, but I don't know if I asked you enough detail about them. So like you said there was one where you had to do a Go Vape attack as a trial. Now, was this for a war, or was this just for like a normal raid?
In a war.
Okay, so they wanted you to do a Go Vape even though you probably had never done that style of attack before?
Yeah.
Okay. Do they tell you why why they do these trials?
Yeah, well, first they just say to make sure you're a dedicated farmer, but I would say it's not really that because most people are able to do them. I would say it's more so just how committed you are to actually just wanting to join them and how much you would do to join.
I see.
So that not just regular clan hoppers would come and do it.
Okay, so you guys don't have like an online application or a website application?
No, we have the forums and you have to apply on there.
Okay, why don't you want to give a shout out for those that want to try out Centum? Where do they go to find that information?
Go on the Clash of Clans forums, just COC forums, just look that up. Then in the search, you just type in Centum and our forum thread should appear.
Okay, and it's a pretty popular thread, I bet.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, in our clan, we don't do any sort of trials or initiations or anything like that. I think for the most part, we're pretty laid back. We do have some set rules and some strict rules, and I know you've had a chance to come into the clan now and check things out. So what'd you think of how we did things? I know you weren't there. You were only there like, what, a day and a half, 2 days? But
yeah, a day and a half.
But
it's like, it was mostly laid back, but it seems that everyone there had been there a while, so everybody knew what was going to go on and how everyone was 3-starring right off the bat. That was really impressive.
Yeah, sometimes I forget. We get real... I'm going to start this over. In our clan, we're made up of probably 7 to 10 core members from the very beginning. And because of that, we all known each other in-game now for over 7 months. So...
okay.
And most of those people now are co-leaders or elders. So as far as like delegating, we pretty much have that down. And we're there to help others. We've been helping. It's kind of strange because we are a hardcore war clan, but we have an open door policy with war. And so when we bring in a new person that's only been there 2 days and they're already warring with us, we expect a lot out of them, and we expect them to listen because our stats are on the line, and our wins and losses are based off of their performance as well, because for all we know, they're going to leave in a couple of days or a week. So, but our win-loss will stay with us forever. So it puts us in a pretty challenging spot having an open door policy in a constant war clan. But it's helped us to grow from the core members that we were to being a full clan now. So right now we're battling at 45 versus 45, and I'm pretty sure that within the next week or so we'll be a 50 versus 50 clan for war. So it takes a lot of communication, and we work on our communication all the time. You have no idea how much back and forth we do in our line messenger, but there's always somebody from our core group that's on within the 24-hour period of time in a day. And so there's eyes and ears on all the time in the chat, and we're checking on things, we're watching people. We mostly just don't like people that just come in and give everyone else a hard time or start questioning the rules. Don't really need it anymore. We don't need to babysit. So those guys, in fact, we've even had some guys that we've given them the boot before they've even done their second attack, if they're just that much of a problem. But
like, I noticed that there was this one guy, and he like kicked this other guy before he did his second attack, without really knowing if he cleared it or not. So
yeah, clearing is one of the golden rules. We don't want.
Yeah, but then
go ahead.
It turns out the guy had cleared it, but he kicked him anyway. So
yeah, I think I know who you're talking about, but and that created some controversy in the clan. But for the most part, I think that guy was grabbed off of Global, so we're not gonna worry about it too much. Yeah. But we do have issues where we have new people that come in and they don't clear their attacks. They don't understand even what we mean by clearing the attacks. And
yeah, I know what you mean.
So they get kind of frustrated. They just want to play, and I get that, but we don't take our war as a casual style of war. We actually want to win every single war. So the strategy that we put in place is not so much based off of like how great we are with 3-starring our opponent's bases, but we maximize our efforts based on putting people against the right base to help them get more stars. So sometimes if we see a base on our team that may be a little underpowered because he has low troop level, we're going to ask him to go down and fight lower to help, because we know that his troops aren't up to where they should be for his town hall. Yeah. So he may have to drop down a town hall, and some people, they get really hurt about that, like it's demoralizing, or trying to make them look bad.
Yeah, and I don't understand that.
It's not for that reason at all. We're just trying to maximize their ability so that they can do better for the war. And you had a chance to look at our opening war stars in the first couple hours. It's like that. Yes. Every single war. We usually have 80 plus stars in the first 4 hours. So, in fact, usually the lower 2/3 are already cleaned up. So, we're not really worrying about the low players as much anymore because we have so many extra attacks from the bottom. They usually complain like, hey, everything's taken, what do I do? So, in most situations when we have the war wrapped up within the first 6 hours, we just tell them to go for loot. And that's all they can do because it's already been done.
Yeah.
But that's because most of our core players can 3-star their bases on the first attack.
Yeah, like if people weren't holding their weight, like not 3 or 2-starring, then it definitely wouldn't work. But because everyone's doing that, it works really well.
Yeah, and it leaves us with a lot of attacks. So usually by the end of the war, we're strategizing for the top 10, top 15, and everything else is taken care of. So what our goal as a clan is, and in our elder and leadership communication chats, we talk about how we can maximize getting the most out of our top 10 attacks. So, because that's where all the town halls are, or town hall 10s, I mean. And that's where it's the more difficult spot to get the 3 stars. So, we're getting really close. We can 2-star on a average base, or on an average war, we get the 2 stars up top. And now we're learning how to get better to 3-star those Town Hall 10 bases. And that takes a lot of homework, takes a lot of research. We're learning all kinds of new styles of attacks, like the Go-Ho Wee-Wee and all of these hybrid attacks that are more popular.
Yeah, I suck with Go Wee-Wee.
Yeah, I don't have a chance to use it because my hogs are low level, but I'm making it my goal to work on hogs because they are a great cleanup troop, and they work just as effectively as loons under certain situations. So it's something to definitely keep in mind, is keep your troops maxed. So, and that's also some advice, is if you're in a war clan, your number one priority should be to get in your war troops maxed. So get those troops up. It's a pain in the butt with the lab, because that lab can...
Especially Town Hall 10. That's going to be terrible.
Yeah, with all the cook time and just...
5 levels for heat... Wait, 5 levels for freezes.
Yeah.
Just that alone's over a month.
Yeah, and I don't use jump a lot, so I just have that at level 1, but I know that's going to be more important. So I have to work on get my jump spell up, and it's a lot. Focusing on war is totally different than focusing on your defenses. But having those max troops is really important, because you're just not effective. You're not an effective player if you're coming in with low-level troops for Town Hall 9. You know, you got to get those up. So
yeah.
But I was glad that you were able to come over and check us out and kind of give us an outside perspective of what you thought of our clan. So I'm glad you had a good time.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to come back anytime you like. You did some good attacks. I saw you 3-starred your first attack, and then you tried an experiment, or you did something different on your second attack, and you got the 2-star. But you got skills, man.
Yeah. I really don't like hogs, though. I'm just gonna go back to what's it called? Go low we wipe. Like, yeah, no.
Okay. Where do you live? No,
Virginia.
Virginia. Oh, I thought you lived in California or West Coast.
No, I knew that you lived there, so I was always saying in Pacific time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm in Sacramento, the Sacramento County. So, all right, Alex. Well, everybody can check out Alex on his Twitter. Go follow him. He's at Road2MaxWalls. And give him a follow. It was really nice having you on as a guest, Alex. And maybe we could do it again in the future.
I'm always up for it.
All right, sounds good. Okay, all right, thanks a lot.
Thank you.